Here we go. Back again. Yep.
Yeah, it's our second video diary. It's been a bit of feedback I've got from a few people, which is try and be funnier. I should add now that it is just a video blog. It's not some sort of comedy sketch, but I do have a joke. Okay, so during Soviet times, one comrade, as all the other comrades always sort of saw him, he's always in a hurry to kind of like get the bread and get the vodka and get his slips for all the stuff. And one day, one of them cornered him and said, "What? Well, why are you always in a hurry? What's the rush? Nothing's good's going on. Just chill." And the guy goes, "Can't help it. I'm Russian."
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
good, yeah.
Right, Link, what's your best?
No, I'll leave the jokes to you on that evidence. So what's been happening since our last one? We've got quite a bit done.
Hey, yo,
Done.
pal.
On a work, quickly, the boring stuff on a work front, because the other stuff's really interesting. On a work front, we that's all we going fine. We're sort of in the right group now. Attendance isn't great. We're averaging somewhere around the sort of 35% mark, I think. But other than that, lessons are all going well. We've also managed to get ourselves into some football, some uni football, which has been pretty scary actually. Do you want
Yeah.
to just
We
get a
sort
low
of
down on that?
yeah. Oh, okay. We sort of pushed and pushed and pushed to just play some football. Didn't know what we'd really be doing. Pitched up the first training session. They're all quite good. Never in my life have I wanted more to be a cool kid at school and play football in the playground
Cool.
rather than play Pokemon. But we're out of our depth.
Yeah, we really are. I mean, the standard is exceptionally high. They spoke to us briefly in the first session because they felt sorry for us, but since then they don't really speak to us because A, we're English and B, we're rubbish.
Yeah.
But it's still quite fun. Good to have a run around a couple of times a week. Although one slightly painful consequence of doing it, I actually had some new boots and
This is good. Listen to this.
and
Take it away,
picked up quite a nasty blister on my underneath my big toenail on my right foot, and it wasn't really going away. It got a little bit better, but then suddenly got a lot worse, and I realised I think that it was infected. Actually, Casey realised. He said he thought it was infected, and I should go to the doctor. So yesterday, I went off and managed to negotiate an appointment with some pretty poor Russian. Got in there. Doctor was pretty scary, big, quite loud. I didn't really understand him. Anyway, I managed to explain about my foot and what happened, and he took off my sock. I lay down on the bed. He took one look and said, "Yeah, it's infected," and sort of was shaking his head. And then off he went, and he came back with what I can only describe as something that looked like a toolbox. And he pulled out this fucking great pair of secateurs. Sorry, I shouldn't have swore. And proceeded just to rip off my toenail, and I can assure you it was the single most excruciating pain I've ever had to endure. It was horrible, but I guess that's pretty much Russia for you. That's what they do, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks, mate. Well, we went to watch a football match, and when we bought the tickets, we were like, right, we want to be in the noisy stand, and so she sort of like gave us these tickets for these seats, and we sort of got to the stadium, walked out, and in our where we were supposed to be sitting, there were just loads of flags and drums and people sort of staring at us as though we'd, I don't know, just sort of run over their dog or something.
Idiots.
And turned out that was where the firm sits. So we promptly moved and just sort of listened and watched. There's one moment, it's about 2-3 degrees then, and there's one moment where they just thought it'd be really good idea during a song was just take off their shirts. Needless to say, we didn't join in. But it was an experience.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, this was what, a couple of weeks ago, so still reasonably mild, well, warm actually in Russia, about 5 degrees. You know, shirts. There was no hesitation. They were straight off. So if we go back in a few weeks, you know, we're talking -15, -20.
Nipples will fall off if you get your shirt off.
Yeah, my shirt won't be coming off. Will yours?
No.
Shame. I've seen a bit of it though. You know, sharing room and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll leave that there. Yeah.
What else? Well, we've watched the Batman trilogy.
Yes.
Probably
So good.
Probably going to go around again. I'm pushing Bamba to get into Lord of the Rings, but he's not keen.
Not just doesn't quite do it for me.
No, fair enough.
Batman does do.
Yeah, fair enough.
The film mark generally, actually, we watched probably somewhere north now of about 25, 30 films, which is it's a healthy tally, actually, isn't it? It's really quite
I
impressive
reckon
figures.
I usually watch a number of films in a year. Been here for a month. All with Russian subtitles. We are ready to receive guests. We've got into the swing of things. So if anyone fancies it, trip out to Ekaterinburg. It's actually really easy to get here. The flight's about 400 quid, and then you need a visa, and that's another 100 or so. But then as soon as you get out here, it'll be great. And the weather at the moment, it's not snowing. I can't promise it'll hold, but it'll show you a good time.
We will, yeah. No, we will really look after you. So please, if you've been stopping, if you've
won the lottery,
if you've been holding back, just don't anymore. Get yourselves out here. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I've had a few nights out. Sort of, they drag on a bit. Come 6 o'clock, I'm bored.
There's also a bit of an issue is that on one hand it's great they've got 24-hour McDonald's here, but it's a bit of a lie because they shut for servicing reasons between 5 and 6 because they got to switch over to the breakfast.
5 and 7, isn't it?
No, 5 and 6, and they got to definitely 5 and 6 because they got to switch over to the breakfast menu. And obviously, you don't want to, when it's so cold, you don't want to come out of a club at say 4:30, get your McDonald's before 5, and then have to wait for an hour before you can get back in. And so that's turning into be a bit of a problem. So we can't really do the morning McDonald's. We have to really stay actually in the club till 6, which is quite.
It's a conundrum.
It's a big ask.
It's a conundrum. And also, it's actually clubbing's fun. It's good, but I mean, you really want to talk to people you know, and obviously, fair enough, go and meet people, but it's quite hard to talk to someone you don't know in an English club if they're English. But factor in the fact that conversational Russian is okay, but you can hardly hear someone, let alone begin to understand or even think about responding. But no, we're getting there. We're still enjoying it. We're still sane. We're still friends.
Yeah.
Soon to be more.
Watch this space.
Yeah. Oh, finishing on sentences. You cutie. Anyway, that's probably it. Well, very
good to see you.
Yeah, very nice. Very good to see you.
Thank you for watching. If you've watched all the way, and even if you've skipped,
well done.
Thank you for doing that.
Carry on doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Love you.